believe we are live. Amazing. Yes.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Nexus. Welcome to the Nexus. Let's get the camera going here. I have a camera somewhere. Here's my camera.
Yeah, there you
Welcome
go.
to the Nexus. James the Idol Smasher, gmail.com, at the Idol Smasher. Welcome to a Thursday night where we take a little time for Torah, take a little time for the look at the world, and possibly from the eyes of Torah too. Maybe learn a little something. We'd like you to join in. In fact, we like it so much, we're going to copy that link and put it over here in the live chat, which we will make public right now. YouTube, on X, and Rumble. That's the link. You go there and you get in. And we'd love to have you. Anybody from the Orphans of Abraham, some of the old hangouts, you are always, always, always welcome. And we'd love to have you. Here is also a link to this week's Torah portion, which is Bo. A lot of stuff happening in that. And we do this every Thursday. We just take a little time to talk Torah and everything. Rosalie is here. She doesn't have her camera on, but that's okay. We got her here. Rosalie, thanks for coming in. How you doing today?
Much better.
Good.
Much better. Get to go back to work Sunday.
Sunday. All right.
Yep.
Good.
Our work week is Sunday through Saturday, so.
Oh, that's a week. That's a full week. Yep.
Yeah.
Well.
So I've got that going on. Yep. A lot better than what I was last week. So still got a little bit of cough, a little bit of phlegm, but hey, that's part of it.
Sure.
I'd like to take this time out to sincere condolences to all the people families who were lost in that tragic airplane accident over there in DC.
Yep.
May the memories be a blessing.
Amen. Not going to talk too much about that other than, condolences to all of them. It's everybody who went down. If you don't know, the commercial plane from Wichita crashed into a Black Hawk helicopter above the Potomac in Washington, D.C. Film at 11. We don't know a lot of the details, and already there's so many conspiracy theories going up, and so we don't know the full story.
Finger pointing and everything else too. So.
Oh yeah, we don't know the full story. You and I don't know right now, as of now.
And they flat out said they're not saying anything until they have a full investigation done.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep.
Hegseth was out and made kind of an official report on what's going on with the military. It was a routine. They do it every year where they do exercises, security exercises above the Capitol. So, the capital city, I should say. So, we don't know, but yeah, that's tragedy. That's a disaster.
Yes,
so, that's all we're going to say about that. Godspeed to all of you out there.
That's right.
Who lost those in that. But fortunately, we're here. Apparently, Rosalie, you sent me a link. There's a tuberculosis little outbreak here in the Sunflower State.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to stay inside for a while. We're not going to have contact with anybody.
Yeah. It's not in your area, is it?
No, I don't think so. Having internet issues today when I was trying to look at it and find out what the county and how far, but I think we're okay right now.
Yeah, I think it's closer to the capital city.
We're getting TB. Illinois is getting measles. Apparently,
thanks, illegals.
So, yeah, we thought we took care of that. And then guess who is coming to dinner?
Yeah. Stay away from me.
30,000 migrants. Oh, go ahead.
I just got done being sick. I don't eat anything else right now.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine with that. We've had our sickness here too, so we had our winter freeze too, so we're nice. We can get back to baseball weather here soon.
Right.
I'm ready for that. 30,000 going to Guantanamo Bay. Criminal migrants. 30,000.
And I know where they belong too. Let's ship them to Rome. Let the Pope deal with them.
Why the Pope?
Because he said deporting everybody is bad. Not good. Yeah, well, guess what? We'll give them to you how we got them. I just thought that was a hell of a cool idea. It's like you want to throw them on a plane and ship them to sanctuary cities. Congratulations, you apply.
Yeah.
You
There you
think it's
go.
so much? You think it's so much fun? There you go. Too bad we shipping Palestinians.
Even though Jesus, their guy, the big dude, says, give to Caesar what's Caesar's.
There you go.
There are obviously boundary issues that even Jesus had. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my Christian brethren, this poor Pope, he ain't no Pope John Paul. That's all I'm saying.
That's
He's
right.
a real charmer. I told you, he laid down the cross with the hammer to make it like a sickle,
Mm-hmm.
honoring socialism and Marxism. Yeah, so that's our guy. Deporting is wrong. I'm sure the Romans will be real happy. And by international law, if you are you are obliged to take the people back that are being deported from other countries. So you're not allowed to refuse these people
That's
who are
right. We can
getting
send up a
back.
whole bunch of Catholics.
That's true. South America's got a lot of them, don't they?
Yeah, we're talking Rome, man, not South
No,
America. Yeah,
Rome.
yeah,
Yeah.
we can. Yeah, we're shipping them to Rome. They're out. Yep, they're. Yep, they have a bunch of Roman Catholics, which is not a bad thing.
So Bob Dylan's coming to Wichita. I will be seeing him, by the way. He's out. He's touring right
Nice,
now.
nice.
Yeah. God willing, I get to see him. We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
What else is going on in the news? Trump's done so much, nobody knows where to stop talking and where to start. It's kind of funny, and it's sad that he has to do half the stuff he does. But
Yeah. Well, you know what? Bringing all them people back to work from home is a start.
yeah, I, I work in the service industry. I can't do what I do from home.
I can't either.
Yeah, that's silly. It did a number on us with COVID. But
Mm-hmm.
all right, I want to talk about Jewish patience because I've just come to realize, just witnessing Israelis and how they deal with this international BS and their little issues in Judea, Samaria, and Gaza. And I've never really realized it till now. This is a truly patient people. And then I began thinking about it. It's like they wait 8 days to eat real food after Passover. They'll wait 6 hours after eating meat before eating a piece of cheese
Or drinking milk, yeah.
or drinking milk. They've waited 2,000 years to even come home, let alone be free of troubles.
Mm-hmm.
That's a patient people. And I would agree with people all over the web, from Alan Dershowitz to Yishai Fleischer, that I think it's a mistake, the ceasefire. We're getting some hostages back.
Yeah, I
That's the
haven't
best
seen
thing.
anything. They were supposedly let us a bunch out today, and I haven't been able to follow it because I've been working with crap in my end. So I was really a little bit upset and everything else, but that's for afterwards. So I can tell you about that.
Okay,
But I'm fine. Everything's fine. Like I said, I'm going back to work Sunday.
good.
I was kind of worried about that for a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
you feel
okay.
you feeling okay? You're gonna make it?
Oh yeah. Oh no,
Okay, good.
that's fine. This was on their end, so I had to
Gotcha.
tie up some loose strings, more or less.
Uh,
So I still
yeah,
have a
more
job. That's
good.
what counts.
Yes. Walmart's not a bad company to work with.
No, it's not.
Well, yeah, a
No,
bunch
it's
more
not.
have apparently been released. I had 3 mentioned by name when Gav was talking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I like to get all of them home and then continue the war.
Right, right.
Here, let's just go to meme of the week because I got some memes here.
Okay.
Let's do this here. First off, okay, we're gonna have bad words. If you have virgin eyes and you're not an adult, or for that matter, have a sense of humor, go away. This is the new slogan we need to teach in college campuses. From the city to the plaza, deport these fuckers from Gaza. Amen. Okay,
Amen.
enough of that. All right, here's a good meme right here. If we ended the Federal Reserve, what would we replace it with? And of course, Ron Paul's picture says, when you remove a cancerous tumor, what do you replace it with?
Yay.
That's
I didn't see that one. That's good. That's a good one.
There you go. Make the system, fight the system by
Bernie.
making it bigger. That's
Bernie.
our Bernie. Yep. Here we go. I couldn't help but watch this. I picked up this rifle and it was heavy and I could barely hold it. It's like, oh, come on, police. All right. One more. Winters will be a
Yeah.
thing past by the year 2000, and people believed this guy. Then some Swedish Swiss Miss Twat Waffle gets up and starts talking, and you believe her too. My goodness, y'all. Okay. And finally, and the meme of the week. This is truly the meme of the week, y'all. Again, you're welcome. All right, here we go. Okay.
About like that 16-ounce jumbo. That's funny.
It's yeah, for the breakfast sausage I hear. Oh, so there is your memes
Oh,
of
you
the
went
week.
there.
You're welcome.
Okay.
That's enough. Now we've got a good Parsha to get through.
Yes.
And I'm enamored by the first, just the opening, a couple verses of the Parsha. I'm just going to read them. Here it is. God said to Moses, "Come to Pharaoh, for I have made him and his courtiers obstinate, so that I may demonstrate these miraculous signs of mine in his midst, and so that you may recount to your children and grandchildren how I made a mockery of Egyptians and how I performed my signs among you. You will then realize that I am God."
Ooh, stop right there. I just had a little revelation. Now I know why the Egyptians are not taking the Palestinians. Because if some of them are Jewish, they can't go back to Egypt. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, it kind of hits home. I don't know. I just flew in my mind. It's like, whoa. Okay.
Yeah, they need to go to Jordan, if you ask me. It's the reason why
Yes,
Jordan is there. It's for the Arab
exactly.
Palestinian, Arab Muslim Palestinians. That was 1922. It's been 100 and some odd years, y'all. Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Okay.
The Jews
Sorry.
are home. They're not leaving. What would you do?
All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted, but that just popped in my head and it's like, ooh, that made sense. So go ahead.
You wouldn't want to accept them back. Yeah. And there is a distinct possibility that roughly, and they've estimated, they don't know, they haven't taken DNA counts of everybody there, but apparently about 80% of those living in Jordan or who are called Palestinians, whatever, actually are from have strong Jewish descent,
Mm-hmm.
and they're likely forced to convert because you had to become Muslim to live amongst Muslims.
Right.
And it's a lot easier for Jews to do that in Islam, in Muslim territory, than it is in Christianity, in Christian
Correct.
countries, obviously. So it's very possible that a lot of
What?
them are actually of Jewish descent. They just don't know it.
Right. And you can't send them back to Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just hit home. Whoa. Okay. There's something to munch on. Okay. And like I said, I'm sorry I
Yeah.
interrupted, but that, like I said,
Yeah.
it was
That's what
pertinent,
we're here
and
for.
it was pertinent, and it's up to date.
It's
So
perfect.
so
That's
go
great.
ahead with 3.
What am I doing? Oh, we're just. I
3.
wasn't gonna. I was just reading the first 2 verses
Okay.
alone. Is that I will make a mockery of the Egyptians, and it's to remember. So I think I might have in Dennis Prager's Rational Bible commentary, and all the best to he and his family, and we're all looking for a speedy recovery. You are missed by many people other than me, I'm sure. This is the significance of remembering. This kind of ties into the whole, in my opinion, the Jewish patience. If it wasn't for remembering, there'd be no Torah. You would not know God in this world. Nobody would if it wasn't for remembering.
Mm-hmm.
The oral Torah is the remembering. You might as well just call it the remembering. Because you write something down, you don't need memory. The printing press took away our memories, as our James Burke say. So the commentary on this is from the Rational Bible, Dennis Prager's Exodus, God, Slavery, and Freedom. On the commentary on verse 2 that I just read. Oh, if by the way, the Parsha that we're in, if you don't have the link and you're following along at home, Parsha Bo starts at Exodus chapter 10. All right, that's where we're at. Apologies on that one there. Through Moses, God instructs the Jews to tell generation after generation about God's miracles when taking the Jews out of Egypt. Remembering is an important value in the Torah. Without remembering, there is no gratitude, no wisdom, and no faith. Gratitude, only when people remember the good others have done for them will they have gratitude. Only when people remember, unfortunately, however, most people remember the bad people have done to them far longer than the good. Or to put it in another way, gratitude takes effort. Resentment is effortless. Ain't it the truth? Wisdom. People attain wisdom in large part by remembering what happened in the past. No generation can attain wisdom without studying and remembering the past. No generation can attain wisdom none of those who believed in the 1960s aphorism, never trust anyone over 30, became a wise person. Without wisdom, all the good intentions in the world amount to nothing. Intending to do good without having wisdom is like intending to fly an airplane with no knowledge of airplanes or the laws of aerodynamics. Then he speaks on faith. This verse also speaks of the need to recount to every generation what God did to the Egyptians in liberating the Israelites. If we do not remember the good God did in the past, we are likely to lose faith in him. Without remembering the miracles God has done for others, people are likely to ask, why should I trust in God? What has God done for me? And without remembering what God may have done for us in the past, we are likely to ask, what has God done for me lately? Only when people remember, this is from, and that was the end of the essay there, by the way, y'all. Only when, but what he says here on gratitude, only when people remember good others have done for them will they have gratitude. That's an issue with our world today, really, isn't it?
Pretty much.
It's so easy to remember the past, so easy to just remove, figureheads and mascots, if you will, or just to erase history altogether or rewrite it.
Or bury it.
Bury it, for that matter, yeah.
Yeah, no pun intended. Well, considering we just had the remembrance of the Auschwitz and all that a few days ago.
Yes. No, it's buried, isn't it? I mean, the idea is to tear down society so that you can build your utopia on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I need to put this out here because this has been a real stickler with me. Excuse me. People quit saying that Trump is Hitler and the Republican Party is Nazis. That's not true. I put a whole bunch of things on my wall explicitly for people to watch. It's like, next time you go spouting off that stupid shit, you remember what it actually was. The word genocide was made because of Hitler trying to destroy a race of persons. It would be like Hitler trying to destroy all the African Americans. No, all the Africans, period. All around the world. No more black folks because of the Aryan Rage. Does that kind of set in and sink in? I hope so, because this is garbage. The Republican Party is not a Hitler. Not at all. And it needs to stop. And that's all I got to say on that.
What you're doing is you're belittling, you're diminishing the actual
Yes.
crime done in Nazi Germany and beyond, is what you're doing when you say that. I don't know if you know this, but the Jews and the Nazis don't get along. And they've been able to conflate to kids that Israelites are Nazis. Just like they conflated them to believe that, men can be women. And
Exactly.
I tell you this, they got to, let me see if I can find a picture I'm looking for here. It's a picture of the Trump in Israel called Trump Heights. And it's, I don't think I have it handy. It's like a subdivision town sort of village that they built, and it was named after Donald Trump. That's Jews who did that. Okay, they're not Nazis. I know your high school and your college will probably have you think differently, but they're not Nazis, and they don't take friendly to Nazis. They don't name their towns and streets after them. Okay. They get you believing that they're all a bunch of white supremacist European colonists. They've got you believing a lot of stupid shit. And all you're doing is, if you really care about Nazis, the shirt, don't stop fighting, don't stop punching Nazis. I saw Will Wheaton wearing that on the other day. And don't stop. You wouldn't know a Nazi if you fell over one, Will. You're hard pressed to find an actual, or even someone close to Nazi in the United States, let alone Donald Trump.
No.
So you're just diminishing the real thing. That means you're laughing at the Holocaust. You're blowing it off so you can feel good about yourself for whatever reasons.
They're thinking you're big and bad and your opinion counts.
Yeah.
You want your 15 minutes of fame? Okay, you already had it. Moving right along.
Existence is resistance. Well,
Yeah.
you can fight the tide all you want. You're free to stand out there and punch every wave that comes up, and you fight that tide.
Well, they had, what was it? They had a guy who made 2 Molotov cocktails out of vodka and had knives, and he was going in and he was going to go in. He left a suicide note for his wife. Saying, I can't deal with these Nazis anymore. You will heal when I'm gone. And it's like, oh my God, yeah. Yeah. I just can't deal with them anymore. And it's like, really? Yeah, he's going to throw one at Hegseth and Johnson.
Enjoy prison. Stupid.
Yep. I know.
Have a life. Have some dip. Calm down.
Quit watching TV.
Go eat some ice cream and play with a cat. Something.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, we got some stupid people in this country. Just don't forget, folks, that
they're on antidepressants, and that's what's making this happen. That's one of my stories. They're on antidepressants.
How come it's like that? How many of these mass shooters do we hear about in this country? We're on some kind of antipsychotic, antidepressant, some kind of head med.
Because they can't deal with it. Yeah, they can't deal with reality. They want to stick to their story, but their story isn't. They can't, It's like it messes with them.
You just might.
Oh, I know. I think Prozac is a very dangerous drug.
Apparently, you don't hear much about it anymore.
No.
And that was all the rage.
Oh, I know. Prozac. I had to take it because my system was similar to one of my offsprings, and they decided that he was ADHD, which he was, but he wasn't. There was other things that were going on that we didn't know about. But and so I took it so I could explain to the doctor what he was going through. And I tell you what, I had no control over my mouth. I would just somebody say something and I'd say something like, "Wow, I wish I could have thought of that one, before I took this." But you know what? It's like this is not appropriate. It's like I was at work and running a cash register at the little restaurant I worked at. Said, "Oh, you make your hamburgers with ground chuck." I said, "Yeah, he pissed us off. We had to do something about it." My boss came around there. I have no idea where that came from. None. None. But the thing, so that's part of it. And then, but the other thing is that it got you so almost to feeling 100% good. And the thing is that if you could take off your body, everything would be perfect. That's exactly what I thought. It's like the body's holding you back. You could be perfect and feel great. And it's like, okay, you're no longer on this drug, and neither am I. Yeah, yeah. So a lot of those antidepressants have that issue. It's like I can see why people would commit suicide on Prozac. They feel good and all this, but it's like, oh, if I could just get rid of the skin, it would be perfect. It's like, oh no, yeah, that's exactly the feeling.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Think about that one. Seriously, and it's like I always know when someone's on Prozac because first of all, they can't shut their mouths, and they're gonna blab, and that's for me, that's a sign. I ask them, "Are you taking Prozac?" I said, "You really need to see your doctor." Have them counterbalance it with something else. But anyway, okay. I don't. Oh yeah. Now I remember. Okay, I'm ranting. Sorry.
It's okay. I don't know. We start talking about drugs, like I'll just stick with some beer and keep my
Yeah.
job and my life and my wife and my kids, and won't piss off the cops either.
Right. Don't
It's
take it to
something
extremes.
you could do, something, yeah, yeah. But there's something that can help you out there. You don't need to go to those extremes. I really mean it too. I know we have some mental
Yeah.
health issues, but
At least beer's gonna wear off in an hour or two.
yeah, it's like Norm Macdonald. He's like, note to self: no matter how bad life gets, there's always beer.
That's right.
And I love Norm Macdonald. Um,
Bacon can't cure the world. That's beer's problem. That's beer's job. That came up in my memories yesterday.
nice.
Yeah.
There's one more thing I wanted to get to.
I'm sorry.
No, be sorry. I don't know what I'm doing either. I don't know what
Okay.
I'm floating at the moment too. I'm still working some overtime, so I'm relaxed. Actually, I'm not working. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Um, one of the great things in here, and it's just a dramatic moment. Um, oh my goodness, what was it? Where was it? Where was it? Leave before me, Pharaoh says to Moses, and don't you ever show your face in this palace again, or I will have you killed. And Moses says to him, uh, hang on a second, hang on. I think it was in chapter 11, chapter 10. And Moses replied, you have spoken rightly. I will never see your face again. And this is, of course, before the final plague. Yeah, but it's just such a poignant moment. This struggle, this argument, this, and God tells Moses every time, he's not going to accept you, but go anyway. Go anyway. Keep going. He told him up front, I'm going to harden his heart, but I want you to keep going. Keep going to Pharaoh. And there
It's
was
10. It's in 10, chapter 20. It's chapter 10, verse 28.
28.
Uh-huh.
Pharaoh then said to him, leave my presence. Take care never to see my face again. For that day you see my face, you will die. For which Moses replies, "You have spoken rightly. I will never see your face again." That's something else. That's something else. I mean, Abraham's great, but I mean, come on, Moses is kind of a badass. You got to
Mm-hmm.
admit the wars that he's going to go through and the things that he's gonna put up with and accomplish. Yeah, I mean, Moshe Rabbanu, but I'd like to say Moshe, badass. I don't know, but that's just me. What a
Mm-hmm.
what a thing to say. You're right, Pharaoh. And it's kind of miserable too. It's a hard thing because the justice that the Israelites are going to watch is not something that's fun. You don't hear anything of the Israelites cheering in mass as the firstborn are dying.
No, that's a
Um,
no-no.
they don't. Um, they don't revel. They do thank God for their freedom. Don't get me wrong, and they will celebrate that freedom from their captors. Amen. But they don't gloat, and it's just not the way of it. I think there was, what was it, a midrash or something in the I think it was, yeah, in the midrash. I need to buy it. I need to buy the midrash says again. I get that. Um, he said that the angels were cheering when the Red Sea
Yes.
closes back down on them, and God said, shut your mouths. I would rather them, turn to me
Yeah.
and just be decent people.
Yeah.
So
Why are you celebrating the loss of my creation? Yeah.
there it is. And that's a hard lesson, and that's something I have to remind myself because not me. I go full blown Dalek when I get mad. I'm like, and I annihilate the Gazans, just like exterminate them, just get rid of them, all of them. Hamas will never. Yeah, if you kill them all, okay, we can't kill them all. I get that,
Mm-mm.
but that's my first instinct. I don't have a godly instinct. I'm very animalistic on this. I'm very pounce if it's a threat, kind of a thing, or find your enemy and hate them until they're dead. Respect them because they will kill you, but
Right. But the thing
um,
is once you have to treat every individual as a universe, like God says. It's like if you kill somebody, you're killing their offspring, and their offspring could be a wonderful person, a tzaddik, Kodesh Kodeshim, you know, and
imagine humanity if Abel would have survived.
hmm,
You know, would there have been a flood, a need for a flood, if Abel had survived?
I don't know.
Because that's mentioned. That's how they, the bloods of your children. That's like plural, plural.
Hmm.
So yeah, as much as I want to lay waste to my enemies, which you should in war, but at the same time,
Do not gloat in it.
I have
Don't
to
gloat
fight
in
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fight human instinct. That's the whole point of Torah. Well, one of the many points of Torah. Fight human instinct. Here's how.
Animalistic instinct, not
Yeah.
human. Animalistic.
Sometimes I wonder. I'm joshing. No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. Alrighty. How about a half Torah time?
How about that?
We love a half Torah.
We're in
I love a
Jeremiah
half.
chapter 46, starting at verse 13.
And we read it, we think about it, but it could strike something in you too. That's why we would love to hear from you. If you're watching this on a recording, feel free, please, to leave a comment. I'll get to them as soon as I can, as best as I can. And if you got a question or you want to join the conversation, come on in. You're more than welcome if you got a good attitude. All kinds. Well, I don't care if you're Jewish or not, or Noahide like us. Come on in. We're family. That's one thing Torah teaches us is that we're family. Humanity is a family. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one lesson you don't get from many gods. This one reminds you that. So okay. All right. Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah, chapter 46. Link is in the description. Link is also in the comments. Here we go. Hang on, let me wet my whistle here. A little bit of that kosher goodness here. Hang on, yes, it is a a kosher brew. The word that the Lord spoke to Jeremiah, the prophet, concerning the coming of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, to smite the land of Egypt. Proclaim it in Egypt, and let it be heard in Migdol, and let it be heard in Noph, and in Tapanhes. Say, stand fast and prepare yourself, for the sword has devoured round about you. Why have your mighty men been swept away? None of them stood, for the Lord pushed him down. He made many stumbling blocks. Yea, they joined one another and said, arise, and let us return to our own people and to the land of our birth, before the oppressing sword. There they called out, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, who made a lot of noise, has allowed the appointed time to pass by. As long as I live, says the king, whose name is the Lord of hosts, that as sure as Tabor is among the mountains and Carmel is by the sea, it shall come out. O you daughter who lives in Egypt, make for yourself equipment for exile, for Noph shall become waste and desolate without an inhabitant. Egypt was a fair heifer. Destruction from the north is coming, yea, it is coming. Also her princes, who are in her midst, are like fatted calves, for they too turn around and flee together. They do not hold their ground, for the day of their calamity has come upon them, the time of their visitation. Well, yeah. Its voice shall go like that of a snake, for they will march with an army and will come against her with axes as if they were hewers of wood. They will cut down her forest, says the Lord, for they are innumerable, for they are more numerous than locusts, and they are uncountable. The daughter of Egypt has been put to shame. She has been delivered into the hands of the people of the north. The Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, has said, Lo, I will visit upon Ammon and No, and upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt, and upon their gods, and upon their kings, both upon Pharaoh and upon those who had put their trust in him. And I will deliver them into the hands of those who seek their lives, and into the hands of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and into the hands of his servants, and after that it will be inhabited again as in the days of old, says the Lord.
Gee, can we say Biden and Trump? Okay, go ahead.
Fear. Hold on. Yeah. I gotta get through this. 2 more verses. Hang on. You're gonna get me started. Don't get me started. Okay. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and be not dismayed. For Israel, O Israel, for behold, I will redeem you from afar, and your children from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and be quiet and at ease, and there shall be none who disturb his rest. You fear not, my servant Jacob, says the Lord, for I am with you, for I will make a full end of all the nations where I have driven you. But of you I will not make a full end. But I will chastise you justly, and I will not completely destroy you. And thus ends the Haftorah.
Yes, it does. Ta-da.
You said that, and see, I'm thinking Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
Right.
Star Wars, the rebellion starts, but then Empire Strikes Back, and you put all the characters in the worst position possible, and then you bring them all back in triumph at the end. God willing. Inshallah, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get that.
Yeah.
They're still here. And we got to make do with them. I don't know if I said this last week, but I've been saying it a lot lately. I'm beginning to really hope that all the people who are whacked out of their mind, and I hate to say this to you, but you're a small fringe, you got a lot of attention behind you, but you're whacked out of your mind to be this panic ridden, this anxious, Um, I mean, it's been going on for a long time, but now they've given you an idol to hate, they've given you someone to throw a stone at, an image, not even the real thing. It's an image that they made for you to throw stones at. Um, you, I really hope that they will just learn to live at ease, and they're going to see the world's not coming to an end because they panicked us for too long. We're shell shocked to that panic crap now. America is. Um,
You've had
and
your
I hope,
15 minutes of fame. Move
yeah,
along.
a little bit. And it wasn't good fame either. I mean, really, that's the best y'all can
No,
do? Burn stuff down, kill people. Guy's got a Trump t-shirt on. Oh, let's shoot him. Yeah. Suck the Trump hat off of somebody. Yeah. Fighting the system. Yeah. Shoot a CEO. Yeah, I'm making a difference. None of the damn thing's changed in insurance, and it's not going to change.
right.
You just took a man's, you took two children's father
Father.
away is what you did. That's all you did. I still think we need to get back to the war. I don't want a ceasefire. I want victory. I want victory. I want them to be put through such a ringer that they will never even consider lifting a finger against Israel again. I want it over. I want them all done. And if we got to kill them, too bad. We got to do it. No more ceasefire. We're releasing criminals for innocent people who were kidnapped. That's unjust. That's not just.
No.
You're getting the hostages back. And yes,
I
you
liked
ever
our
notice
friend's
how these,
solution.
huh?
I liked our friend's solution. Send them all back and turn off their water.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that the Gazans get all their electricity and water for free from the state of Israel they wish to destroy. And I don't have a meme, which I wanted to. It was a picture of the first three hostages released, and you see all the people in their green bandanas and their masks. And they all got the ninja thing going on, or maybe it's Arabic, like there's a sandstorm or something. All get, and it's like the only time these mother effers ever wear a uniform is when there's a ceasefire. They will not stand out and present themselves in the way that in the sacred path of the warrior. It says that there are two kinds of people that came into being: warriors and cowards. Warriors planted fields, grew barley, erected palaces of crystal. They welcomed strangers. They were kind to one another. Their art was insurmountable, and their science was spot on. And then there were cowards who came into the world, and these people um, shun sunlight. They live in caves. They build nothing, and they eat their own kind. And when the two clash, it is the warrior's duty. And that's what you're looking at when you're looking at these thugs, monsters out of Gaza. They're not like that. They will not stand in front of their people and say, "We will destroy you, Israel. Let's fight now. Let's do it." Like, mano a mano, like armies used to fight. I might be a little British on you at this point, but you never see them in uniform anywhere else except when no one's going to shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
These are not warriors. These are cowards. These are a tumor on humanity. They're a boil on the ass of humanity, and they need to be cured.
Mm-hmm.
Are they human? Okay, yeah, they're human. I'll give them that. Maybe they're human. I don't like calling them human beings, but all right, if we're going to call them human, then they need to stop being human. They need to be removed from the planet completely, immediately. I don't know of anybody else who's so hell bent on genocide other than maybe Xi Jinping and some of them over there in the Chinese Communist Party. Maybe Kim Jong Un. I don't know what he does over there. I don't think of anybody else who's big on genocide. You can call Putin a criminal all you want. You can call Zelensky a criminal all you want, but they don't. I don't see them out for genocide. I just don't see people in Rio de Janeiro ready to go over there to Colombia and just wipe the Colombians out. I just don't see anybody else who wants to do that except there. Really, I don't see it. I know that we got warfare, we got tribal warfare, and a whole bunch going on in Africa that nobody knows about. That we certainly don't know in America. You get a little bit of it on shortwave and whatnot. What goes on over there? But
Yeah.
Sudan,
Yes.
there's
South
one right
Africa.
there. Yeah, it's
But
there's some,
they're not trying to eradicate a whole race of being. That's the difference.
and they don't have a fat load of European-based money backing them up. And yeah, we got media, we got Soros, we got everybody and their mother's going to make sure that they get enough sympathy and aid in Gaza, which the people never see. One of the biggest complaints you hear people in Gaza is that Hamas keeps taking the aid. Oh, we dropped food, we dropped clothing. You know, we spent 50 million freaking taxpayer dollars on giving Gazans condoms.
Condoms! Yeah.
You
They're
don't think
using
your country's run by perverts?
No, that's not it. They're using them for bombs.
Oh yeah,
They're
yeah. They got
filling
like
them with
gunpowder
gasoline.
and gasoline.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But well,
No,
that's
not to say that the pervert end isn't there as well, as it is. but
yeah.
the main thing is for weaponry.
So yeah, we're giving them back all their leaders, all their terrorists, all their criminals, convicted people who are blatantly, obviously guilty of committing horrific mass murders on people. But no, we're going to let them go. I'm sorry, if I were a hostage, freaking kill me. Get right up in their freaking face. I take one of them out at least. One of them's going to go see Allah. Let's go see him together. I wouldn't want him to come rescue me. Kill them all. If the building has to fall on me too, please. Not that I don't care about the hostages, but Yishai Fleischer was right, and this is my strategy in war and martial arts, and whether it be chess or BattleTech or whatever, is you have to go into the war and as if the hostages are already dead,
Mm-hmm.
or you're not going to win. And and this is why I bring up Jewish patience. They're going to
Kalu
win,
Hashem. Yeah, Kalu Hashem.
but man, if there ain't anybody more patient than them, it's infuriating. It's so much about the Jewish people infuriate me. I love you so much. Oh man. So victory in Israel, victory in Israel. Get the ceasefire over with so we can get back down to business. The only language these people understand. And I hope more innocent get out. I hope they can make a life for themselves. I don't know if they're going to do it in Gaza, but I think Jordan needs to. Jordan's partially responsible. Egypt's
Yes, they
partially
are.
responsible. Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, Iran. They're the reason why those people got displaced. It wasn't the Jews. The Jews weren't kicking out Arabs. Still got that Dome of the Rock. The pardon me.
Alaska.
Still there. They're not kicking Arabs out. Arabs are living fine. They're citizens. They fight in the IDF. They're cousins, for pity's sakes. No, this is gotta we gotta end it. It'll make it better for the world. The world will be a better place. But yeah, we got a lot of cleaning house to do. It's going to be up to you. It's going to be up to me. It's going to be up to all of us as Americans. And I really hope the fire in the belly of a lot of Americans, not a lot, but enough of them, just dies down a little bit. Relax. We're not Nazis.
Exactly.
You'll know we're okay. We're not that bad off yet. We're suckers. We made a lot of bad mistakes, but come on now. All right, I'm shutting up. I'm going on ranting too. And anything we'd like to add to this week's illustrious discussion, Rosalie?
Well, I think it's like, nah, I had nothing. I got nothing.
No.
Well, I don't know.
All right. Well,
Just Shabbat Shalom,
just one more time for the folks at home who just now tuned in, because we got some folks who came in later. Meme of the week. All right. Thank you. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central, we'll be doing this, and Rosalie, thank you, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for those who write and leave comments and whatnot. Look forward to hearing from you in the future. Until then, everybody, Shabbat Shalom. Be well.
Shabbat Shalom.